Hey guys, it's me. Let's get right to work. Okay, there's nothing else going on today as far as I'm aware. Don't think it rained yesterday, so we're not dealing with gyrates at all. It is turnip day. I haven't bought turnips in 2 weeks now. Well, I didn't buy last week, so it's been 2 weeks since I purchased. I know some people would interpret that the wrong way. But yes, I skipped last week, so I haven't done this in a bit. Which is, you know, now I'm refreshed. I don't know if that's how it works though. I'm gonna be honest. I would argue it's actually not how it works at all, you know? I would say that, like, doing it every week, it's like, you know, Stockholm Syndrome takes over. And I'm used to it. And then if I, like, stop and I do it again, I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I feel like, I don't know, I have tolerance to it that I build up as I, like, do weeks in a row and do, like, ridiculous amounts of time, right? But, like, if I stop for a bit, it's like, oh, this feels terrible. I've had that happen in the past, so hopefully it's not like that today. Also, that person's finally out of there, which is nice. Because they were messing with my flow. That's what I'm claiming. Anyway, yes, we're gonna see what happens today. So I'm a little late compared to what I would like to be, but that's okay. It's 9:40. I've been here for 2 minutes, so I showed up at like 9:38. Ideally 9:30 or earlier. I did set like an 8:55 alarm, but I'm here now. And that's the important part. Actually, the important part is to find Joan and figure out what she's selling at. That's the really important part. Oh, there's a lot of people in this acre. But yeah, that's the important part. My hands have been bothering me so much because it's been so dry. Oh, she's in a terrible acre to start with. Oh my god, it's so wonderful. I love it. Yep, okay, let's grab a full inventory and see what we can do. But yeah, it's been cold. And my hands have suffered. I do moisturize my hands every night while I sleep, you know? Put lotion on, or cream, or some sort of product, you know, to moisturize my hands at night. Because, like, that's the only time I can manage. Otherwise, like, I don't like putting it on because I don't like... I don't know. It's a problem for me, honestly. I just don't like the feeling of it on my hands while I'm, like, using a controller or something. You know, I'm like, I don't want that. That's gross. I'm gonna drop that. So we have 150k. That's a pretty safe number. Oh, really? Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. What's the price? What's the price? 122! I don't know about you. I'm feeling 122. Yeah, I did just say that. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I ain't sorry. I'll say it again. Anyway, so yeah, my hands have been suffering lately. But I woke up today and they feel, right now at least, they feel a little bit better. Like, it's to the point where, like, they are cracking. And I'm, like, bleeding slightly sometimes. Not, like, a lot of blood, but, like, sometimes there's a little bit. But the unfortunate part is that, like, there's one small little... it's not really cut, but the skin just, like, broke on, like, the tip of my right index finger. And obviously, not obviously, but statistically, I don't know how to say this the way I want to say it, but most people are right-handed, are they not? A lot of people. I feel like the majority are. Um, but like, yeah, there's like a small little split at the tip of my index finger, which is really bad. Also, the skin on the like there is like just like really flaking and like just like ugh. So it clings on to everything and it's so annoying. And it's the same for my right thumb. So it's like, hey, we're gonna take your two most important fingers and just make it awful to do anything with them. But it feels a little bit better today. So I'm good. And yes, I don't know. This has been bothering me for the past like 3 or 4 days, but it's just not been something to discuss in my short streams, you know? Okay, I ran out of money. So I had... That should be enough. Yeah, that should be enough. Or is it not? I'm confused. I mean... I had 150 to begin with. I have 183, and I have 4K left in one bag, so it should be fine. Even though the math doesn't seem right. I don't know, we're gonna see. Yeah, see, the math ain't right. What happened here? I knew that wasn't enough. Because the numbers don't work, but the numbers should have worked. I blame the fact that this was a starting inventory. We're gonna just call this a fluke. Okay, so that is a mistake. Calm down, my guy. I love this acre. It's my favorite. Also, the snow is like starting to melt. I mentioned that the other day, but now you can see like the little clover fields or grass fields, whatever you want to call those. Those are... The snow is starting to go away, which is nice. Which means it's easier for us to see what's going on. Anyway, my hand been bothering me, but it feels better this morning. So like that's a good thing. It's still not like perfect, and it could get worse throughout the day, but definitely seems like it's an improvement. And the other cuts are like mostly closed over at the moment too, which is good. I need the weather to get warmer. It was like kind of cold, and then it went like warm for like a week, and I was like, okay. And then it's like, what if we got negative? What if we got negatives for a little bit? What about that? Yeah, I don't know. So I'm looking at the forecast. I don't see any negatives, but I do see a couple zeros. So that could be fun. Could be fun. Could also be not fun. So hopefully my hands recover enough that when that happens, it's not a problem. Like, I wear gloves, okay? I wear gloves. I have my driving gloves. I mean, not just driving gloves, but I do often wear them while driving. People could call them driving gloves. I don't know. Anyway, this is a cool price. I like this price. We're gonna see what we can pull off. Played more Kirby Air Ride yesterday after my stream. It's going pretty well. I have like over 50 of the online things now, and I have like 87 or something for city trial. So it feels like it's going really smoothly. So like, that's why I'm confused. Like, I've played so much Kirby Air Ride in my life, you know? So, like, maybe I'm just really good at the game? I don't know. Like, this, I don't know. It's like, is the game easier? Or am I just too good? Like, it's one of those things. Like, I do have a lot of game knowledge from the original, but it's not all applicable. Like, there's all these legendary machine parts. I don't know where they all spawn at this point. That's, like, the one thing I have trouble with. It's like, well, I don't know. Where is this thing? Where do they show up? And they, like, seem to spawn in different ways in this game. Like, from what I've seen, also, we have 90k, that's 120, that's 150, and then we need that. So we'll get a third inventory here, yay! Anyway, like, in Kirby Air Ride, there's a couple, like, secret spots, and it's like, oh, if there's a red box down here, like, 9 times out of 10, it's a piece. But I don't know, the pieces, I don't know if I just haven't found one in a box, or because, like, one time I just saw one on the ground, like, just chilling, you know, it was just there, and you could see, like, a little, like, shiny thing, and it's like, ooh, go towards the shiny thing, and then as you get close you realize it's a part. I only saw that once. Every other time I've just stolen parts from, like, the CPUs or people online. I've played some online games, but I don't know if I've stolen parts from people in an online game yet. I've definitely stolen lots of parts from CPUs, though, like I mentioned in the stream yesterday. But yeah, like, I'm having fun, but it's just, like, certain things I'm like, I have no clue, you know? Like, I'm getting so powered up. I feel like it's way easier to get powered up in this one. Like, I did manage to, like, max 5 or 6 stats yesterday, and, like, there's a challenge to max 4 stats, and I don't think there's one for 6. Hopefully there isn't. Or I don't know if I did 6 or 5. Can't remember. Actually, did I take a picture? I might have taken a picture because it was just disgusting. Yeah, I took a picture. I maxed my boost, top speed, turn, charge, glide. Okay, I maxed 5. And weight and offense were at 18, which is 1 off the max. And the defense was at 17. And then HP was at 15. So I was missing, like... Me when I'm trying to do math. Wow, okay. Jeez, that's 2. That's another 2. So I missed, like, 9. Just 9 short. Honestly, pretty peak. Can I get my, like, little map open while I'm doing this? Oh, I picked a terrible time to do this. Okay. Oops. No. Calm down, calm down. Okay, we're gonna move down. Let's go down. We do not want Joan to show up down there. Ooh, maybe I should have gone to the left, actually. That might have been better. Oh well. Maybe next time. Right now, I can't change the past. Okay, so we're gonna just look to see if we can find Joan on the way to this store to drop this inventory off. Again, Katrina's here tonight, so tomorrow it'll figure out who's going to show up next. Maybe it'll be someone good. Maybe it'll be someone bad. Who knows? If it was Sahara, that would be probably worst case. I want to say probably. I mean, probably. Because, I mean, I don't know. A sale could also be bad. It would be on Wednesday, though, which is, like, a better day for sales, but it could still be annoying, you know? The golden spot's there. Oh, I wanna dig it up. Give me another 30k, please. Oh, she's here? Are you kidding me? Get out of here, Joan. You're terrible. That's terrible. Why would you do that? Unacceptable. Man, this house is kind of a problem. Kind in the way. Kind of annoying. Alright, where's she at? Taking her sweet time to show up. Reveal yourself. I want to get like buying so I can just start yapping again. That's the plan. Okay, but she's clearly somewhere over here, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Not decided on that yet. She's here again. No, please no, don't do that. I mean, most of the good acres I've already checked, but it's, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've checked half of them, so she could be in a good acre right now. It's a little early for that, but anything's possible. Maybe she's at the museum or police station, though. That seems more likely. TBH. Okay, is she here, actually? Yep, she is. Okay. Alright, let's get ourselves set up. We're gonna set up shop for a while. So, it's a good idea to have some money in my letters. Just stash this away. 6 is basically enough for a full one, but actually not. Chances are it's enough, right? Because that's 180k, but we need 183. It's not quite enough for sure, but most likely to be enough. I know I could grab one more. Honestly, I think I'll just grab one more, just so that we have our bases covered on that. Okay, now 122. So if I say my normal amount of money plus 450k, divide that by 183k, that's 12.9. I would think in this acre with a house gone, I could probably comfortably do 14. I've done 14 before, right? So I think I should move money. Right, like if I just drop all this. Congrats. So if I multiply by 183k, then we have 2.37 mil, whatever, okay? And then I can grab another, that's 150. 180 is one inventory, so like that, and then that's 150, 180, 240. 240k. Divide that by 183k, we get 14.25. And then if I have enough, I can pull out the stuff in my letters and make that happen. Okay, so that is 108. Yeah, okay, we're good to go. Let's set up shop. So again, I could buy 14, potentially 15 inventories here. There's no turnips dropped in the adjacent acres, and the house that had been here recently is now gone. So I think we have enough room to make that happen. So yeah, math-wise, we have enough money, so we're good. And I'm just going to open paint. Okay, I've opened paint, the brush, change the size, make it red. 3 over there in that acre. This is my new way of tracking, which I've been doing the past, I think, 3 times that I bought. Or just take a copy of my map. I just draw big red numbers over each acre as I go, so I know for sure how many I've bought, because there's been some issues with tracking and keeping track. Before I was writing it down, before I was like making numbers on the spreadsheet, but honestly, if I just have a map and I go, oh, this one has 3, this one has this, and then like, oh, I bought 3 in that one, and it's like, okay, I know I took the last one to the store, so there's only 2 there, so it's like everything I look at, I'm like, this is how many I bought there, but there's gonna be 1 less. So yeah, there's ways. Anyway, it's been 22 minutes, it's 10 o'clock now. I've bought 3 inventories, which is like 500k. It's not amazing, but this is gonna do numbers, okay? Speaking of all these maps I've done, like if you look at the last map, it was like 4, 7, 13, and 15, and there's 13 in this one and 15 in the one above. And if you look at the other one, it was 14 here and 14 in the one above, and then 2, 3, 3, 2, and 6. And if you look at the one before that, it was 15 by the store, then 6, 6, and then 3 twice in 1 acre, and then another 6. So, yeah, it's worked nicely. It's a good way to track. Wait a minute. I'm being scammed. Okay, going back to Kirby Air Ride. I have played Kirby Air Ride a lot. Let's talk about Kirby Air Ride, shall we? Because I've been playing it for most of the past week. I finished Katamari, I think after my stream on Sunday or something. Something like that. But yeah, I finished Katamari. I got all the super clears. I feel like a champ. The game's great. I love it. I already have Damacy reroll. This one I got on Steam rather than PlayStation. PlayStation, it was free with the catalog, so I played it like that. And then there's the new one, which is obviously new, but it already like went to 25% off. So if I keep waiting on that, get a nice deal, play some more Katamari, it'll be great. This is the year of the Katamari. Not really, because like there's not enough games for that. when I say not enough games, I mean not enough like games that are easily to get. I could get like beautiful Katamari on the 360 and play that, or I could get the originals and play those. I don't know if that's like necessary, because like I like my achievements, trophies. Anyway, but yeah, if I like wait and then play Dynasty later, then maybe I can get a better sale on the next one, and then it'll like be a bit of a break between. Anyway, Kirby Air Ride. You know, I was a GameCube kid, as I've kind of mentioned a lot. I was mostly a Nintendo kid until like the 360 era, and then at that point, I had a Wii. And we also had a 360, and then I got into Halo and some other games, and it was great. I enjoyed it, and getting achievements was dangerous, perhaps. That's where it all started. I got a lot of achievements on Xbox back in the day. I feel for my age, you know. Also, I was like not picking like the stupid easy ones, you know. I was playing like real games. I wasn't playing Avatar: The Last Airbender and mashing a button for 10 minutes to get 1,000 gamer score. Okay, I wasn't playing Lost. I think Lost is easy. I can't remember. I might have played it as a joke. I wanted to play it as a joke though, but I didn't. I wasn't playing the King Kong game, you know. Like I wasn't doing any of that. I was playing real games. Like Doritos Crash Course. That game, yeah, that game actually took a little bit. It only gave you like 200. So, think about that for a minute. Anyway, yeah, so I was a GameCube kid. So when I hung out with friends, we typically played a lot of GameCube games. What would these be? You know, it would depend. You know, like some people would bring their games, some people would bring consoles. Usually most of us would have a GameCube. Actually, I mean, all of us did, I think. At one point, one of my friends might have sold it, and I might have took a bus with my GameCube in my backpack. I do recall doing that once. That was a fun time. Take the bus to like meet another friend and then get on the same bus to then go all the way to some other friend with my GameCube in my backpack. Yeah, peak. Anyway, so it would depend, but like, I don't know. I would say there's like kind of a rotation of like normal games that you would expect to see us play. So like Double Dash was, you know, popular. It's kind of why I'm over Mario Kart. Honestly, like I did play World for a little bit. Like I did like 100 of the missions maybe, but that was like I did some of them, and then like I played Metroid Prime 4, and then like while I had the Switch on, I was like, okay, let me go check out Mario Kart because I know they updated things. So like I looked at the map and I found some more things, and I did those. But then it's like, yeah, okay. I don't know. I played it with friends like once. Had some friends over to play it. I could do that again, but maybe in the future. Maybe. So yeah, I did that. But yeah, I guess like growing up, I played a lot of Mario Kart. Double Dash specifically, and I do think it's like the best Mario Kart. Me when the GameCube Glazer just defends Mario Kart Double Dash. Mario Kart Wii was pretty cool because you could play as Funky Kong, and like that's kind of peak. I only played Deluxe, like 8 Deluxe, a couple times on the I never owned it. So that's why I was like, fine, I'll get the bundle with World. I got my friends were like, yeah, you should just get the bundle with Mario Kart World. I mean, you're gonna buy a Switch and not get Mario Kart. I'm like, well, I didn't get it on the Switch. So with Smash, I didn't get Smash on the Switch, just because like having people over and playing it didn't happen as much. So I was like, do I really want to play this solo? You know? I played so much because again, Smash was another big one. Like if we're talking about like the GameCube rotation, yeah, we played a lot of Mario Kart Double Dash, obviously. I'm okay at it. I don't know if I'm amazing at it. I'm okay. Smash, I feel like Smash, if I like was to just play like a group of strangers off the street, I could probably destroy them. You know? if I was to play in any sort of tournament setting, I would get properly destroyed. That's kind of where I'm going. Oh, hey, wait, your gifted sub to the Daisy May emote channel ran out? Do you think Tangy will? I hope Tangy one is a good substitute. We need something to work. That's okay. That's okay. I don't, you know, like, I'm good for, like, the average player. That's as far as I'd go. But I think I would get, like, destroyed if I was, like, actually playing with people that are like, nah, I'm doing this for real. Because I don't know. Like, some games, you know, it's like, if I had, like, 3 people trying to fight me and, like, they were bad, which I think has happened in the past, I can, like, fend them off and win. It's the same as, like, I played Age of Empires with friends once, and they were so bad that I was able to, like, beat them in a 1v3. It was so funny. I think they started getting better eventually, but, like, originally I played, like, 2 of them, and it was just a 1v2, and it was like a Ripper map, and I just built this, like, armada of ships. It was amazing. And, like, I just had them, like, set up in the middle of the Ripper, and then one of them, like, just sent a boat out, and they just saw it, and they're like, what is this? You just have an entire fleet? And then, like, all my ships just obviously, like, destroyed as one ship. So, like, I kept them from getting in the water, or getting anywhere near it. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. And then later, we got another friend involved. It was a 1v3, and I still was able to, like, beat them. But then they started getting better. Because, like, I'm good, but not that good, you know? Like, I'm good against the average player. But for someone who actually plays, like, RTS games, like, at a crazy, like, professional level or whatever, like, nah, I'm not. I got macros, and I got strategy, but I'm not like those StarCraft guys. I'm not zero rushing people in 5, whatever. The most fun part is, like, you just, like, decimate somebody to the point where they're, like, almost out of the game, but then you leave them with just a little bit left so they can rebuild while you deal with the other one. But obviously by the time you deal with the other one, they can't rebuild fully, and then you can just, like, destroy them again. It's like a cat playing with a mouse, perhaps. It's only fun for me, by the way. Not fun for them. I think a couple times they're just like, nah, I'm done. I can't come back from this. I'm like, no, I specifically left you with enough that you could try to come back. I swear I'm fun to play games with. I swear. I'm just playing it up here for the stream. I promise. That Tangy was pretty funny though, I will say it. It's like smug Tangy looking down on you. It almost gives like what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? I'm getting the name mixed up with the other character, sorry. The principal from The Simpsons. Is his name Seymour? I'm thinking of like the Superintendent Skinner or whatever. Like I'm getting those two mixed up, I think. Anyway, the picture of him just going pathetic. That's what that Tangy emote gives me the vibes of. That one's fun. Thank you. I do appreciate that you think that I'm fun to watch play games. That's good. That's good. That's good. Just don't give me a first-person game, or the camera work might make you change your mind. The steamed hams guy. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. That guy. Perfect. Ham man. Steam ham man. So, anyway, I'm trying to just ramble about Kirby Air Ride, but I'm trying to give context before I ramble about it. And then in rambling about that, I'm like, let me just talk about all this stuff too while I'm at it. So, like, what I was saying, I think before you joined, is that, like, I played a lot of GameCube games, obviously, as a kid. I was a Nintendo kid most of the time. But then when it came to, like, hanging out with friends and playing games with friends, usually it was, like, GameCube stuff. So, one of them, like, yeah, we played, like, a bunch of games. There was kind of, like, a rotation. I mentioned Mario Kart Double Dash was up there. I played so much of that I'm kind of, like, over Mario Kart. And then I played so much Smash, like Melee, with them, that I was kind of over Smash for a while, because I just played so much of it. And I would never play it outside of, like, playing with them, because I'm like, nah, I've played so much, I need a break. Kind of the same with Mario Kart. Like, that was those two. And then sometimes we play F-Zero, which, again, it's another racing game. F-Zero's fine, personally. I never really owned it. When I say I never really owned it, I mean I actually never owned it. So I mean, like, it's not like a matter of really owning it. It's not like a it's not like a thing where there's like a percentage. Like, I either owned it or I didn't. But I didn't own it. I played like a little bit of the single player at a friend's house once, maybe. But like race wise, I wasn't like really good at it because I didn't really play too much. So I never got in it. But it was funny. And it was like fun, like all the riders in their cars and like the announcer. I think it's got really good presentation, and like the speeds being really ridiculously high numbers is fun. But it's just a racing game at the end of the day, and I'm not, like, obviously racing games aren't really my number one pick, but in that kind of setting it makes sense. Anyway, so like F-Zero was another one. Worms 3D, that one was a lot of fun. That one's like really easy to play because you only need one controller. That's like the nice part about it, I suppose. Except when you're sharing a controller with people. Ew, gross. Everybody get the wave bird out. We're gonna pass it around the room. But yeah, Worms. Worms is fun. Like, I guess most of the Worms games are like 2D, but I liked Worms 3D. I had a lot of fun with that. If you don't know Worms, I don't know what to tell you. It's like you have a team of worms and you have all these items, and you're trying to blow up or kill all the other worms. But in 3D, rather than 2D, which is really fun, because like there's all these ridiculous items, and you can like pick up crates on your turn, which give you other items, and some of them are like ridiculous. So you can like make different rules. There's like this game. Worms 3D. I don't know. I'm trying to like think about how to explain it in my head, and the things I'm thinking of, I'm like, this just sounds ridiculous. Like, there's this one item. It's a concrete donkey, and you call it in like it's an airstrike essentially. So you like hold L on your controller, and then it brings up this little menu and has like a little target, and then you can like pick where you want to drop it. And then you drop it, and this concrete donkey just falls from the sky out of nowhere, and it just like makes donkey noises too, obviously, because why wouldn't it? And it like will just like hit the ground and like destroy a bunch of it, and it'll keep dropping, and then eventually it just explodes. And like the terrain is a big part of Worms, because like you can like just, you know, destroy people by like attacking them, or you can just knock them into the water, or you destroy the ground that they're on so that like they just fall into the water. So the concrete donkey would do a good job of that. Also, like, you have the prod, which is amazing because you can literally just like poke another worm. So if they're really close to like a cliff or something, you can just go like, see ya. Anyway, Worms was that one was goated. A lot of fun with that one. And like doing custom modes. Also, playing the single player mode's like actually kind of hard, or at least I remember it being hard. I think I got through most of it, but I don't know for sure off the top of my head. But I remember some of them, I was like, man, this is kind of tough, because I just have like unique scenarios and different rule sets. But yeah, Worms was fun. That was a good one. What the heck else is there? Now I'm looking at my GameCube games. I'm starting to lose it, apparently. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. That one only had a 2-player mode, but like Sonic is just peak. That's one Sonic is just peak. So like playing the 2-player mode, that was kind of fun. We wouldn't always do that because like obviously it's a 2-player thing, but when the time was right, that was pretty good. On a similar note, Pikmin 2 was pretty fun to do in multiplayer because of that little battle mode. My favorite thing to do in that battle mode is to like play with people who'd never played it before. And when you play on like levels, you like pick levels, but then as Pikmin 2 does, you know, they're kind of randomized. And one of the levels has like one of the bosses that spawns on it randomly, but it's only like in a specific one. Like you load it and then it's like, oh, it's not that one, right? Like you can pick from like, I don't know, let's just say there's 9 maps. I don't remember how many there are, but each of those 9 has like 2 or 3 different variations. So you'd play on that one until you get that one with that, and then you'd like trick them into going to where he spawns. And then while they're like freaking out about him, you like just like run to their base and steal their marble, and it's peak. So many people you've met here like Sonic Adventure 2. Honestly, I think it's the best Sonic game. For people who don't really play games, it's Just Dance, Nintendo Land, and Wii Sports for me. I mean, yeah, those are... I guess that's a little bit later. I never played Just Dance. I've never played it. And I played Nintendo Land, but only briefly because I bought it recently. It's like, I think I'm the only one of my friends that bought a Wii U. And when I say I think, I'm like pretty confident that I was. And I bought it like pretty late into the game. I got it like at a really cheap price. I think I only paid like 220 bucks Canadian for the Wii U. It was a steal. Okay, I did not spend a lot on it, so that was nice. And that was new. I really lucked out on that one. But we did play Wii Sports. But I can't remember if we played. Yeah, we did play Wii Sports. Like yeah, bowling or tennis. Usually those are pretty good. Golf was like not good to play in like a group setting as much. I think it took too long. Boxing obviously not really because you needed nunchucks. And it was like less people. But like those were good. But yeah, Sonic 2. I guess it's like maybe my first Sonic game. I can't remember. I don't remember the exact order. Because I do have like the Sonic Mega Collection on GameCube. And then I later bought like Sonic Heroes, but I never played it. Oops. And then I have Sonic Adventure 2. And then I later got Sonic Adventure on Steam. I want to get it on GameCube, but it's kind of pricey. So I keep waiting to find an opportunity to get it at a lower price. To add to the collection. But yeah, I don't know. For me, Sonic Adventure 2 is just kind of like peak Sonic. Like, it introduces Shadow, and Shadow is pretty cool. I like Shadow. He's edgy. It's kind of peak. Also, like, the voice acting is like pretty cheesy and funny, and it's like super quotable. And like, there's this one boss fight between Sonic and Shadow that's like fairly iconic, because like the way that like it was done, it like the audio, he like cuts him off, but he's like actually not supposed to cut him off. It was just like a mistake. But it's like Shadow's just like saying all this stuff, and okay, I mean, I don't want to do the whole thing. I could just do the whole thing. I could quote it all, but I don't want to put myself on the spot. But Shadow's all like, Faker, I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Ha! You're not even good enough to be my fake, right? He does all that, but it's like you're not even good. Then Sonic just cuts him off. I'll make you eat those words. It's peak. But I think it was actually a mistake based on, like, it wasn't supposed to happen that way. But it's just such an iconic part. I quote Sonic in that game and Shadow in that game all the time, honestly. Hey, if anyone says blows up, then like there's this one part after that fight where Eggman shows up, and okay, the Sonic autism is coming out here. I swear I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Everyone, like, I don't know. Oh, okay. Oops, I thought I hit 50 for a second. I know people, like, joke about, like, oh, when, like, you didn't get the good at math autism, but you got the Sonic autism. I don't know if I wouldn't say that I have that. I swear I'm not autistic, I swear. Sontism? I don't know. I don't know about that one. That might catch on. If you say it in the right group, it might catch on. But anyway, the scene with Eggman, he's like... No, it's all good. No, I'm not saying... I'm just being goofy. But like, yeah, I don't know. They're like, Sonic and Shadow are fighting, and then Eggman like radios Shadow, and he's like, hurry up, Shadow, before that island blows up with you on it. And then Sonic hears it and he goes, blows up! And then you do Green Forest, which is a great level. And then Shadow does White Jungle, which plays jungle music. That's crazy. Also the music. I know, like, everyone knows, hey, even if a Sonic game's bad, the music's gonna be banging. And the music in Sonic Adventure 2 is banging. It's so good. I love it. Speak. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Am I a Sonic fan? Kinda. Yes, kinda. But it's like only from that one game's enough to just be like, yeah, Sonic's the GOAT. Shadow's the GOAT. I don't know. That game is very cheesy, but it has like a lot of charm. And also it's like 3 different play styles. You have like 6 playable characters, but they each have, you know, so there's like 2 on for like the hero side and the dark, like hero and dark side, right? So Sonic and Shadow play pretty similarly. Tails and Eggman play the same. Knuckles and Rouge play the same. It's peak. I love finding Shards of the Master Emerald in pseudo-random places in Pumpkin Hill. Doesn't get better than that. So yeah, like, yeah, Sonic Adventure 2, goated. I actually really want to go back and play it. It's been something I've been talking about since sometime last year. Because I played through Sonic Adventure on Steam after the fact, and I was like, okay, it didn't have achievements, but then it added achievements, and I went back and I was like, well, let's see how close my file is to having all these achievements. Wasn't too far away, not gonna lie, so I did end up doing it, and I was like, man, I should get all the emblems in Sonic Adventure 2. That would be a fun time, hey? So that's it's kind of one of my goals at this point. I do want to go back, and it's like probably my favorite Sonic game, and I think it would be cool to get all of the emblems in it. So it is something that I'm thinking about doing. Technically, it is something I could stream. I don't know if I would stream it, but it is something that I could consider streaming, because then I could just be quoting the cutscenes as they're happening, and that would clearly be peak. But the way that one works is like there's all the levels for each character, and then each level has 5 different modes. Like you beat it normally, get like 100 rings, which is not that bad most of the time, and then like 3. What the heck is 3? I don't remember. I don't remember the order. Wow, I'm a fraud. Okay, like stage 1 is normal, and then I think it's 100 rings, and then it's either a time trial or it's find the lost Chao. Those are 3 and 4. So I think it's one of those ways, and then the 5th stage is like hard mode or it's crazy hard mode. I can't remember what it's called. It might be called crazy hard mode. So each stage has that. So it's like interesting because like for the treasure hunting stages, you need to like kind of know, and you also have to get like an A rank on all of them, I think, to get like another emblem. I don't remember how it works. It's like either A ranks for like all one character is an emblem, or it's like get all the A ranks and that's an emblem. I don't remember how it works, but that means like for the Knuckles and Rouge ones, you gotta go like fast and just know where to go and not use many hints, because if you use too many hints, you can't get like enough points to get the A rank. But if you play the level enough and you know the spawns, like you can kind of like just go and figure it out. Also, you can find them out of order, which is fun. But yeah, like that's the thing. Anyway, I played like a decent amount of it as a kid, but I think it would be really fun to go back and try to like actually complete it. So that is something that I'm thinking about doing potentially this year. I don't know, because like I did Sonic Adventure. I did it on Steam, and it was when my keyboard had an issue. I broke the letter S in my keyboard. 2022? Yikes. I was gonna guess 2023, but apparently not. It's been a while. Shocking. But yeah, it was like August 2022. The key, I was just like pressing it and it just snapped off, and I was like, oh, great. But luckily my keyboard came with other WADSed keys, you know? And then I submitted like a thing, and I was like, hey, my key broke. And they're like, we'll send you a new one for free. And I was like, nice. And then they did. Thanks, Corsair. I just had to use the other key for a little bit. But yes, I was specifically playing Sonic Adventure, so I'm like, yes, this is the game when my keyboard had its one and only issue so far. Okay, let's continue. Okay, how do these look if I drop them here? Okay, that one is still just completely covered. When does the snow melt, by the way? Did it almost snow melt in time? I hope so. A lot nicer to sell when it's gone. Anyway, so Sonic Adventure 2, it is like my favorite Sonic game. I also played Sonic Adventure. Honestly, I'm gonna say something that probably would annoy most people. I don't like 2D Sonic. I'm not a fan. And I think the 3D Sonic games need to stop including so many 2D Sonic sections within their levels. That's my hot take of the day so far. Is that the problem with modern 3D Sonic is that it clings too much to 2D Sonic, and it needs to just be 3D Sonic. I don't think there's like any 2D sections in Sonic Adventure 2. It's all 3D. You know? But Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is a good game. I know people say it's like not so good, but honestly, the more I think about it, it's like, yeah, no, this game's peak. I also played Sonic 06, believe it or not, specifically because people said it was so bad. And I did beat it, and I actually managed to get like all the S ranks as Shadow. So I got like all the achievements related to Shadow, but I didn't do that for Silver and Sonic. I did like all the missions. I kind of want to get all the achievements in it as a joke one day, because I think that would be hilarious, but I don't know if I'll go back and do that. I don't know if I can get back myself to play it again. There's just so many issues with it. The load times are atrocious, by the way. But I played that. I played Sonic Unleashed. I played some of the DS ones. Yeah, the Werehog, I don't know. I kind of love the Werehog as like a joke. He's like a good meme. With one of my friends, the Werehog is like peak meme. So I kind of love the Werehog for that. But like, I don't know, like the music, some of the stages, there's a lot of good stuff in it. Werehog is like a little clunky, but it's not like enough to be a problem. The only problem is Eggman Land, okay? Because again, you know me, I love my achievements. I have all but 2 achievements in Sonic Unleashed, and it is a joke between that friend and I that I'm gonna go back and do it. It's something I threatened to do. I have not done it yet. And I keep trying to find like an easy way to do it, but every time I look at like a speed run of the level, it's just full of glitches, and I'm like, ain't no way I'm pulling that off. Anyway, Sonic Unleashed has these hot dog missions. There's these hot dog vendors in every area, and if you talk to them, they have these challenges, and it's like, hey, beat this level with X amount of rings, and then do it again with this amount of rings. Like normally, each world, it's like they have 3 different types of challenges, and they each have 3 levels, I think. And then there's Eggman Land, which is the final level of the game, and it only has 1, which is just to beat it in a single life. And yeah, Just beat it in a single life in this time. But I think it literally gives you like 99 minutes or something stupid. You know? Like, it's like a ridiculous amount of time. So like that's not a problem. But the problem is that you only have one life, and if you lose, you have to start over. And the level takes like over 20 minutes regularly, I think. And it has you switching between regular Sonic and the Werehog constantly throughout. And there's this one room, and it's probably the worst part. There are other bad parts, mind you. But like the part where you're most likely to die or lose is in this boiler room, where you're like navigating tons of these like ledges you have to grab as the werehog. So you're doing lots of those like janky jumps to like grab something as you're falling, and it can just not show up, or you could miss, you know. So that room sucks. I had tried to do it a little bit, but I ended up giving up. Because I think maybe I made it past the boiler room once, but then I lost in a section later, and I was like, no, I can't do that again. Also, obviously, the worst part about all of this is you still have to do this 3 times. Like, again, in the other levels, it's like, hey, do each level this challenge 3 times, but there's only one challenge in Eggman Land. And even doing it for the last one, you still have so much time, but you have to beat the level without losing 3 times. If you want to get all the achievements. If you want to get all but one, you need to beat it once, because you have to eat all the food in the world. And each hot dog vendor gives you a specific hot dog that's related to the area they're in. Probably was a different section, but balancing on pipes with the werehog seems like a pain. I mean, it could be that one, because there's like pipes, and then there's like ledges and like moving things. It is like the boiler room in Eggman Land. It's terrible. And like, try doing that when you only have one life in what like is a 20-minute level, and that's like already like maybe 6 or 10 minutes into the level. I don't know. I've seen like a 3-minute glitched speedrun of the level, and it's like, oh, if only I could pull that off, it'd be no problem. But they're just like flying through the air. I can't do that. Even if I could learn like one skip at the beginning to skip like a big section just to get to the boiler room soon, that would be nice, but I don't know if I could. I don't know, you know? Anything to just cut the time down. And I think at like a certain part it's free, but it's like after the boiler room you have to do this like part where you're like riding down this like half pipe on a cart or whatever. And you can still mess up there fairly easily, I think. It's like safer to just like run down it on your own, I think, without using like the cart, whatever you call it. I don't know. Maybe there's like strategies that I could like find out, so I could do it. That would be fun to go back to. I always talk about like my cleanup arcs, and that would be a pretty fun thing to clean out. It'd be pretty huge, and it would be worth like no gamer score, but the challenge is there. No, don't say that. No, don't say that. I'm not doing boiler room streams, please. Oh, that would be terrible. Watch me lose my mind in real time. That's an idea. I don't know if I'll do it. I don't know if I want to stream this. Streaming it might like force me to do it, but I don't know. I just don't know how it will go. Oh man, that'd be funny. Anyway, I guess like yeah, I haven't played too many other Sonics. Like I played Generations, which is like a bunch from everything. But I didn't play Mania, I didn't play Forces, I didn't play Lost World or whatever, or Boom, or Frontiers, or whatever. I don't know. I might go and play some of those at some point. I got a good deal on them, but I'd rather go back and do Sonic Adventure 2 for realsies at this point. Not to say that I haven't beat it. I beat it multiple times, you know? Like, I've definitely beat it 2 or 3 times, just like the main story. Anyway, going back to where I started with this, games I was playing with friends a lot as a kid. So, like, What have I said so far? I said Double Dash, I said Smash, the Pikmin 2 and the Sonic Adventure 2, two-player modes, those were kind of popular. Worms 3D, F-Zero kinda. Soul Calibur 2, not really, but like you could play it a little bit. I wouldn't say it was one of the main ones. We played a little bit of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. It does have a 4-player multiplayer mode. That one was kind of... That one wasn't like all the time, but it did happen every now and then, and I enjoyed it. It was fun. Obviously, there's Mario Power Tennis, kinda. That one was kind of fun. We played it a little bit, but not a lot. And then obviously there's all the Mario parties. Mario parties were obviously quite popular. None of us had Toadstool Tour, which is the one of the Mario Golf. None of us had that, I don't think, so we didn't really play that. Right now I'm just looking at my shelf. I guess that's like most of what I own. We also played like Star Fox Assault that had like a multiplayer mode. We played a lot of that. And then obviously we also played Kirby Air Ride, which is the one I'm trying to talk about. So like Kirby Air Ride is like, it's a weird game to sell, honestly. I was like double checking like this one challenge for like the online paddock or whatever, and I couldn't find it. But then while I was doing that, I just saw that like there was this review, and some guy gave it like a 2.8 out of 5, and he's like, ultimately there's just not enough to justify the price tag or something. I'm like, dude, tell me you didn't play the original. Because like clearly you didn't play the original. But like that's the thing, Kirby Air Ride is just such a strange, weird little game. Like if you look at the original one, it had 3 modes. You had Air Ride, Top Ride, and City Trial. Now Air Ride is just like, hey, here's these like few levels, just race. And I would argue that like as just a straight racer, it's like whatever, it's fine. But Air Ride's kind of like low tier. I think most people would agree it was like the weakest game mode. You know, because you're like doing like you know, like, I don't know, I'd say most laps took at least a minute on most of those tracks. Then there's Top Ride. And I think like Kirby Air Ride is like better when it's more like arcadey or in quick. And when you're doing just like actual races, it's not as good. And Top Ride is like, hey, play these like tiny little racetracks that you can finish a lap in like 15 or 20 seconds. So, like that's kind of fun. It's like chaotic and like you're zooming around. You can like use power-ups. And because it's smaller, you're more likely to be able to like actually like interact with other people and use the power-ups. So I do think Top Ride kind of clears Air Ride. But then there's the fan favorite, which is City Trial. And City Trial is peak. But like, you know, like you can't really sell it. You know, even just like watching the tutorial, it doesn't really sell it. It's like, hey, go around the city, collect these patches to power up your machine. There's random events that happen throughout, and then at the end you go to a stadium match and you try to win. Build the best machine you can, you know? It's hard to sell because you just say that, you're like, okay, and then you play around and you're like, alright, do it again. But yeah, I don't know, like I played a lot of it with friends, obviously City Trial mostly. And it's like, yeah, you just like crank the time up to like 7 minutes for a round, and you like try to get like the most insane machine, you try to get the legendary parts, you like try to like destroy other people. Like there's so many funny things you can do. It's like if you get the Hydra, which is one of the legendary machines, it takes forever to charge, but once it goes, it just goes and it zooms, and if it touches someone, if they're like not powered up, it'll one-shot them, you know? If they have a good like star that has a lot of health, base health, or they're like upgraded, maybe they can survive 2 hits. But the Hydra's like insane. So like you could just go on a tear and destroy everyone in the game with the Hydra. And it's like you get like the random stadium events after the fact. And like if you get the drag race, wow, okay, I have the Hydra, I'm just gonna zoom. You know, and you go so fast that you can make it to the end, turn around, and then terrorize the people that are still trying to finish with the Hydra. And you could try to, like, destroy them and knock them out so they retire. It's kind of peak. And, like, there's all the random events and, like, all these funny things you can do. And just, like... But, you know, but it's, like... It's really good to play with friends, obviously. Even just playing it single player, I'm still having a lot of fun, but that's probably because I've just played so much of it over my life, you know? And, like, we're talking, like, a sequel to a game, like, 20 years later. And it's just like, hey, everything you like about the first game, imagine if we did that, just cranked it up, and it was, like, modern and good, and then you added more stuff. Because, you know, like, they have, like, all the different stars, and each star is unique, and, like, its abilities, and, like, oh, some turn better, some, like, go faster, they don't turn, you know, like, some suck. And they, like, kind of all have their strengths or weaknesses. And, like, they kind of suit different playstyles. So, yeah, and then there's, like, all the, like, the secret areas where it's, like, you can find more stuff, or there's all these events, and, like, knowing the events, you're like, oh, this is the UFO event. If I get on top of it first, I can get the all in the middle, which gives me one in every stat. You know, so there's, like, so many things. And, like, I don't know, it's weird, because it's, like, on paper, it's such a simple game mode, right? It's like, hey, you have 5 minutes, or 3 minutes, or 7 minutes, collect as many power-ups as you can, and then it'll randomly pick an event at the end, and you're gonna just hope that your machine is built for said event, you know? But then it's like, oh, there's all these different events, and the events work in this way, and then if this one goes, then you gotta go here, and then, you know, like, there's so much. Everyone loves it, obviously. It's, like, the favorite mode from the game, because, again, Air Ride's pretty weak, and Top Rate's, like, simple, and just doesn't have the same level of depth. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun, and, like, when you have such, like, a strong machine, and you can just, like, take off and, like, soar and zoom around and do all these things, it's, like, so good. There's also, like, there's just, like, lots of things. There's, like, the Star Rod in the middle of the city, and it's like, if you can get to that and smash it, you can get a bunch of stuff. Or there's, like, the volcano, where there's, like, all these rocks, and, like, one of the entrances leads you down to the bottom, but the other ones have a bunch of power-ups or, like, power-downs. And, like, if you have, like, a stronger vehicle, you can pull off, like, crazier maneuvers to, like, get to places quicker. You know, because there's, like, the parking structure, where it's, like, you can go up one level at a time, or you can go all the way up to the top level, or if you, like, can glide, you could, like, glide into the 3rd level and beat someone to the stuff on there, you know? So there's, like, a lot of... It's just, like, a lot of, like, game sense, and, like, map knowledge, and, like... I don't know, it's cool to just, like, put it into play. But, yeah, on paper, it's such a simple game. Anyway, I played it a lot as a kid. Had a lot of fun. Just, like, played it with, like, friends, whatever, or solo. I don't know if I played solo that much, to be honest. Maybe if I was trying to unlock stuff. But here's the thing. I don't remember how much I actually, like, did. Also, this is, like, my 14th inventory. So, like, we're out of money in this acre, basically, but... Like, I should have had enough for 14.2. And there's, like, 2 bags left. Alright, we have 2 bags left here. So, that would tell me we're at, like, 14 for that. So I guess I can just take out some money here. Okay, there we go. That is enough to buy 15th inventory here. And yeah, when it came out, everyone's like, well, they better put City in there, obviously. Because if they didn't, what were they? Who? Hello? If they didn't, then Sakurai obviously didn't make the game. So yeah, in the first one, I played a lot. And the checklist system is kind of like the best part. In that, like, there's 120 things that you can do. And they unlock different things. And... you don't know what any of them are until you do them, you know? Like, if you do one thing, it clears off that one specific square on the map, and then all the adjacent ones, if you hover over them, it tells you what they are now. So it's like you play, and you unlock some, and then you're like, oh, these are the other things that I can do. And it's like you can either just play to try to like find other ones in new areas, or you can be like, oh, let me try to do that. And if you do manage to do that, it'll reveal more. Kind of peak. Kind of love it. So I think they're overpriced, but you'll never get over Sakurai happily presenting his Kirby Amiibo toys. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that before. And while I've been playing it, I've been like, man, I kind of want to get them, but I also don't. Because, like, I would want, like, Kirby probably on the Shadow Star, and I think Meta Knight has the Shadow Star, right? So I'd have to get 2. And that's like $100. So maybe if they go on sale in the future, that could be cool. Would they ever? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. So maybe in the future I'll do it, but I don't know. Because like with Smash, I never really did the train and amiibo thing. I wasn't a fan of that. I don't know if I do it in this game either. But yeah, anyway, the checklist system's great. Now, I recall completing the entire checklist in City Trial. For $100, you can buy an Animal Crossing kettle. Great, except they don't really boil things much. Also, I have a hot water... No, I have a water cooler that you can just boil water into. No, I don't really drink tea. I really just drink water. Like, at this point, I'm mostly water. And the occasional treat of a drink. But if I'm at home, I'm usually just drinking water. I'm, like, generally caffeine-free at this point. That's the problem. When I was in Japan, I was looking at all the Animal Crossing stuff. I was like, man, this stuff's so cute. I love it. I have no use for it. Like, I can't do anything with this. Like, all the houseware stuff. It's so cute. So fun. But I already have houseware. And it's like, oh, kitchen's already, like, full. What do you mean? Also, it's like at that point, well, I guess I was kind of using mugs. But I had enough mugs. So, like, do I need more? I don't know. It's one of those things. You became a water drinker during college, but you like hot cocoa to warm up. Yeah, see, sometimes I have that. Sometimes I'll have it. But not super often. And it's kind of seasonally specific. Kinda. So my nose is so itchy today, it's annoying. Did I look at the... I did look at this one. I looked at this one, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we bought 15 inventories there, and we've already bought 3. So we're at 18 inventories in like an hour and 13. That's not bad. Use your kettle mostly for quick food, like one-person pasta? Okay, that's a crazy move, but I respect it. Okay, she's at that acre. I can buy a couple there, but I need to go drop the stuff off first. I guess that kind of makes sense. It would probably boil faster than just like boiling it over the stove, right? I can see that being the case. Also, there's no such thing as one-person pasta. Everyone knows that you can never get the right ratio. Okay, so I've basically taken all the money out of that acre, so GG there. So I'm gonna pull from this one now. You prefer cooking whole meal to fizzy? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's pretty easy and quick to do, and it's filling, so I mean, like, hard to go wrong, honestly. Okay, let me pull up paint. the number 15 there. So yeah, 18. And then we'll buy at least 2 more, so we'll be at 20. So like we'll be at like half of what we want to be at this point, I think. It's been an hour and 15. We have a guaranteed hour and a bit left. Just need to hope that we can get in a good acre at the end to continue. But yeah, so like in the original Kirby Air Ride, I don't remember. I really need to look at like all my files and figure out like where I'm at for a lot of these things, because they keep being like, oh, I did all this, and it's like, what did I actually have though, you know? Also, it's like, is my file on my black memory card? Because if so, good. If it's on the white memory card, I think I'm cooked. And I remember reading something online, I think I mentioned it on stream too, but like apparently the white memory cards are just more likely to get corrupted, which is annoying because they have more space. But my black one has been like consistent. Also, like, I don't know, it's like, yes, my black memory card, or my gray memory card, or my white one. It's like, you say this, and like, it means nothing to people that don't know the GameCube, but it's like, each color had a specific block amount. And like, yeah. Officially, the white one was like the highest block, like it had the most space. But then the black one was like half of it. And then the gray one had like nothing. Okay, I'm gonna just say this. The icon's like actually kind of really nice. When I was like gonna try the first time, I was like, okay, sure, whatever, I'll try it. But then I was like, wait a second, this is kind of like really good. It's kind of goated. I kind of really like the icon. I don't have it often at this point, but when it's like, oh wait, they got the icon, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. But yes, the gray memory card has enough space for 1 Animal Crossing town save. You were correct. Also, I think it maybe like has 1 or 2 blocks left over, which are required for like the NES games, I think. But yeah, that's like 51 blocks on one of those memory cards. And then I think like the black one is like, is it 256? Or is it 512? And then the white one's like 1,000. Obviously, it's the bit numbers. Maybe not, obviously. I don't know. The gray one seems a little funny. Let me look it up. GameCube memory cards. Official. Maybe there's ones that I'm not thinking about. My nose is like so itchy. It's so annoying. This is a problem. Japanese one had a little Lloyd on it. Yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen it. It's cool. So if you had endless money, you'd want all the different Animal Crossing GameCube memory cards. Honestly, same. I do have like, I bought one recently for like 10 bucks that was just someone else's and someone wrote on it. But I also have like my original one. And I do want to get like the Lloyd one. That one would be cool too. Okay, let's see. GameCube things. So 59 blocks. Standard gray, all regions. There's a transparent black one? That's Japan only. Man. Me when I need to get a memory card collection. I love collecting things. Nintendo Animal Crossing, Rover, Decal, Standard Gray. Yeah, that's the one I have. KK Slider Decal? Hello? That's in PAL? Oh my god, really? So the PAL one has KK. Interesting, in front of a tree. Those are 59 blocks. What? There's another? Oh my god. This is crazy. You don't need a mansion You just need enough space for Animal Crossing merch? Living the dream? No. You need an Animal Crossing mansion. Like what you get at the end of the game. And it needs to look exactly like one of those on the outside. Okay, there is an NTSC. It says late player's choice release. Rover decal, blackface, red back. What's a red back? Are you kidding me? I have a player's choice Animal Crossing, so I just clearly don't have a late one. That's crazy. There's also one that says it's unofficial, so okay. And then that's from something else. That's from a different game. Why are they? Okay, there it is. And that's a different one. Who cares? What is that? And there's like... Yeah, I know the Lloyd memory card. I've seen the pictures of it, but it looks like there's another like Dobutsunamori Plus one, which is different. Yeah, mention it is. Set up the Kickstarter. People can donate merch or money. Okay, and then they have, yeah, the Lloyd one with the memory card. Oh, they have a Wind Waker one in Japan? They don't think it's official, though. Okay. Well, then why are you showing me these if they're not official? I guess they're just documenting everything. Okay, so it's 59 for the gray one, and then 251 for the black one. Okay, it's officially 11. Okay, let me focus now. While I find Joan. Okay, so we're at 22 inventories. That's not bad. I mean, we're at like an hour and 22 inventories. I think that's okay. I don't know how much money that is at this point. But if a single one is like 183, then 5 of those is close to $1 mil. So with the extra, we're probably like hovering around 4 mil, maybe close to 4 mil, maybe. I think. Out of the way. Oh, there's Tangy. What's she doing over here? Why's she here, though? It'd be embarrassing if she showed up here. That would suck. I don't know. I did not do a good job of like looking for her as I ran to the store. It did not go well. So I'm kind of like doing slight rework, slight not. But that's fine. As long as she's not here, this would be a bad acre for her to be. I would not like that. I know she did start here. And that was enough, okay? She already was here once. Don't do it again. Did I'm so confused. Where did I even run? Actually, I'm getting a bad feeling. I feel like she's going to be in D5 again. We don't want that. Okay, she's down here. Not good. Not good. I'm gonna steal from the police station. Obviously, this is too much money, but whatever. Okay, I'm gonna pull up paint. Number 2 there. And we're gonna put another number 2 here. That'll be 7 and 15. Will be it. Wait. 15. I'm confused. Why? I did the math wrong in my head at some point. I bought 3, then 15, and then 2. That's 20. And now this makes 22. Okay, whatever. Anyway, there's lots of memory cards apparently. But okay, so the gray one is 59. And then the black one's 251. And then the white one is 1019. But the white one is apparently not reliable. And I have had it corrupt like multiple times. Yeah, I literally just found a thing. I just, like, GameCube memory cards official, and there's a Reddit post, and it's like, what, were there other official ones? And then in this thing, they're like, there's, whatever. It's like, hey, it's the worst memory card by a significant margin. The increased space isn't worth the risk of it dying randomly. Someone here said they had it for nearly 2 decades and haven't had an issue, but mine definitely happened. What is this guy talking about? Is this real? He said the random wiping issue came from vertical Wii's with Wii Connect 24 enabled. The system would constantly be on, albeit in a low power state, and the heat would rise, causing issues in that variant of the card. Something to do with the tech they used to make a high capacity card at the time? Really? And they're saying if it's in a horizontal Wii or the GameCube, it has no issues. Well, I'm pretty sure that my Wii was vertical most of the time. But that sounds like a very specific issue. GameCube. Yeah, now I want to do more research. I don't want to throw fake facts out there. I want to do my due diligence here. Better off just switching them out, having a little case or folder. I mean, like, yeah, I have, like, one gray one. Like, my childhood ones. I had a gray one, and then another gray one, and then a black one, and a white one. And I bought more since. But, like, yeah, growing up, I had a decent amount. And honestly, the black memory card kind of is enough for most games, I'd say. Like, I don't think you really need all the space on the white one, to be real. GameCube white memory card. Problems. Or maybe corruption. Also, can I fix it? These people just say don't format it, just keep, like, putting it back in and taking it out. I'm trying to read another thing. This thing, you always take the memory card out to close the Wii flap over the GameCube. Okay, that's fair. Apparently, that's what I should have done. But I'll be honest, that thing lived in there. And this one's from even longer ago. This is from 13 years ago that I'm reading, and it says, the white 1019 cards can easily be corrupted or at least have data loss when used with the Wii. I could also try like cleaning the memory card to see if that could get it to work. I think I tried checking to see if I had a town on it like recently. I don't think I had any luck, but I don't think I formatted when that happened. So I need to like figure out all my GameCube files so I know like what I did, you know? Because I keep like I'm talking about Kirby. I'm like, I think I did all the city trial stuff, and I think I did a decent amount of air ride and top ride, but I don't know how much I did. And I'm playing this new one, and I want to like do everything there. So it's like, well, I kind of want to like know like how much I did in the other game, and maybe do that eventually in the future too. So anyway. Got lots to figure out, clearly. But yeah, apparently the white ones are bad. I don't know if I think like the Wii's apparently are the problem, but again, I don't know if that's for sure. Like, this is 13 years ago and people are saying maybe it has something to do with it overheating in the Wii, and then I saw one from 4 years ago, but I don't know if that one's like this guy just accepted that as fact or if it's been proven since then. But I mean, based on that one description, yes, I think I had my Wii vertical, and I think the memory card basically lived in it, which matches the scenario described that would cause this to have issues. But apparently if I reinserted a bunch, that could help, or I could try cleaning it. I don't know if that would help. Maybe? No idea. Okay, of course, I took Turnips from the police station, and now she's in the police station. That's obviously not ideal, but we can work with it. We're at 22 inventory so far. I'm going to drop this over here real quick. I should probably grab more money from the dump acre. Just in case. But yeah, I kind of want to like figure out what all my files look like so I know what I've done. But it's like, I don't know. I need to be careful with how I do it. It's like, oh, copy this file. Like, I don't know. Apparently you can copy like files that are still good off a corrupted memory card maybe. So it's like, oh, if I like copy this, like what if I have 2 games on like different cards, you know? Like what if I have saves for the same game across different cards, and it's like, well, I need to test this one. And if this one doesn't work, then I need to copy to another one and test it on there, or like pick the one that I want to keep or something, you know? Like, I don't know. There's things to think about, I guess. Okay, so Joan is over there. However, I have 2 bags of money over here, and there's going to be 3 over here as well. So I should put these all together. Can't say what's real and what's not either, but you know that you read a while ago that you regularly put your DS games into the console so they can run the whole thing and they're less likely to die or corrupt on you. Well, there's no proof or guarantee. Feels like an effort could be worth it to keep the games alive. Yeah, I've also seen something similar to that. And on that note, I have been purchasing a lot of retro games lately, right? And part of that is like I always test them. And when I test them, I put that date down. So like I know the last date that I booted all these things that I bought recently. So then in the future I could be like, hey, this thing I haven't used this in a while. I should give it a try, you know? And like obviously when I'm doing like things one at a time, it's annoying, but like, well, I mean, I don't know. I think like right now I don't have all the consoles set up, and like I have to like swap them in, and it's like, oh, I have two NES games I want to test right now. Do I want to wait for another one to show up, or do I want to just like, you know, go to the effort? I'm like, I don't know, meticulous maybe, but I've only like started doing this recently, right? Because like I have the spreadsheet, because I was like, okay, let's track how much I paid for this thing, when I bought it, when I tested it, any notes I have about it, blah blah blah. The key part here is that I don't organize the things that need to be tested still. So then I look at them and it bothers me. And then I'm like, I need to test this so I can put it away and organize it. And like I just tested a bunch of games the other day, but I don't have anywhere to put them on the shelf. So that's another problem. But the shelf situation, I think we're getting closer to a solution. So I think that's coming along. We're gonna get there soon, hopefully. Did I mark up my map? I did. Good. Yeah, I'm not sure how many I can buy here, because I did take out half the money here, leaving the half left over. That would assume 2, but I took a little bit, so that might make 3, and then maybe if it works out, what I have in my letters can get me a 4th. That would put us at 26. Which would put us at 40 if we got like a good acre, potentially, which would be nice. He really is staring into the camera, isn't he? Oh, good. Thank you, Copper, for keeping on high alert. Just don't do any crazy poses while you're so close to the camera, please. Don't want to get you cancelled. Try to like find a good way to drop these where it's like nice, but it's not gonna be nice. Imagine I accidentally ran into the police station there, that would have been embarrassing. I feel like I ran too close to the door. Unnecessarily close to the door. Anyway, I'm curious how much I did in Air Ride as a kid. Because again, I'm pretty sure I completed City Trial maybe twice. Or I got really close the second time. Or I like did most of it. And then I think I did a decent amount on like Air Ride and Top Ride. But I don't think I completed those. Let me take a look. Well, I did look at the aquarium thing you sent before. I did look at that. Oh, okay, you have the KK one. That's nice. Good to know. I guess it makes sense though. You would have that. At least you should have that. He's watching. Okay, maybe between KK watching and Tangy, we'll have enough luck. Hopefully. But yeah, I want to get that memory card now. And then the other one. Yeah, I've been trying to like collect. I don't know. I don't know. Dudes be collecting games and then be like, "Ha, I bought a lot of games I want. What else can I collect?" Oh, I know. Controllers and memory cards. Perfect. What a great idea. Like I bought like a couple PS2 memory cards lately, just in different colors. Because why not, right? Of course. Also, it doesn't hurt to have extra memory cards because then you can like back them up and all that stuff. I think it's a good thing. Anyway. So yeah, like Air Riders is going pretty well so far, I'd say. Every game case has a memory card slot. Why not? Exactly. Actually, that was a fun thing. Cause like yeah, whenever I would like go to friends' houses, I'd be like, okay, let's grab these games, and I'll just throw this memory card in there. And I was like, oh shoot, which one has which? I'm like, nope, not this one. Nope, not this one. One of mine is like a Sunshine one. I don't know if it came with Sunshine or if like the sticker just came with Sunshine. Sorry, it has like a Shine Sprite rather on it. Looks like I should be able to buy 4 here, which is nice. And it's 11:20, so we got 40 minutes. Or we hope to get Joan in a good acre where we can just keep buying. But this will put us at 26 inventories so far, which is good. So even getting like a good acre at this point would probably hit, like, we'd probably hit 40. You know, that's really fun. I was literally just thinking about that. So you said that you don't remember, but you think at the beginning all DS game cases had space for a Game Boy Advance add-on, but you never had a game that actually came with one. See, because I've been doing collecting lately, right? And I have actually bought a couple that I think have it, but I don't remember having that either. And I was like, is this real? Is this a thing? Like, I was confused by it, because I was like, I don't remember this. But I think I've bought a couple. I couldn't tell you which ones off the top of my head, though. But I did buy some. Actually, I think I bought Elite Beat Agents maybe 2 months ago? Maybe 3? And I think that one has the slot, but it also came with, like, a cover. So if you didn't have a game in there, you could put that in there. So, like, it was like a dust cover, essentially. Which is kind of funny. That was interesting. Maybe I could get a picture of it at some point. But, yeah. Yeah, it's a fun little thing. Yeah, like my shop's kind of messy right now. But like I said, I think there is like a plan going forward for how I can like reorganize things in this room. I've mentioned ideas about it so far, but oh, hold on. You buy in Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town because you vaguely remember information about connecting the 2 games on a DS and unlocks additional characters in the Harvest Moon DS game, just to find out they removed the feature for Europe. That's tragic. I'm so sorry. That sucks. I feel for you. That one is not it. Okay, so I bought 3 here, so this should be the 4th. But yeah, basically, like, I have a lot of IKEA furniture in my room. I have an IKEA desk on a set of Alex drawers, and then there's a small desk next to it where the computer is, and then I have a Kallax here, and then I have 2 like Millsbo cabinets, and then I have another desk over there, and then there's a big an old Billy bookcase back there, and that has like some of my books and other things on it, and then I have 2 shorter Billies, which have all the games, and then there's a shelf above one of those on the wall. But one of the ideas was to remove the shelf on that wall, move the stuff off of there, and then buy a taller Billy for that corner, and then I would get even more space for games. And then I could move that shelf elsewhere and figure that out. But in order to do that, I would have to like move this stuff on top of those shelves. Where would I put that stuff? And it's like, well, it could go on top of those cabinets, because I have some stuff, some of my Animal Crossing Legos on top of those cabinets. But I kind of want to move the Animal Crossing Lego and display it better. Now, let's just say I have people I know that are trying to get rid of 2 Kallax shelves. And we got one of them yesterday. Because they don't want it. It's like, well, okay, if you're offering a shelf, I guess I'll take them. I'll figure it out later. And then put in the other room where like the TV's set up for like the retro gaming corner kind of thing. And I was like, wait a second, we can like do like an L shape with these things. Oops, I just made my first mistake. Yikes. Could do an L shape with them, put the TV on top, and then I could like maybe put the Lego on top of one of them. I'm trying to think about like how I could like actually build up the Legos to have like a couple layers maybe. And then that would like clear out space here, and then I could like flip up the Kallax I have here, and then get another cabinet in here, and then I have more cabinet space on top, and more cabinet space in there, and then I could move this stuff, and I could... There's a plan. The plan is like basically in place now. It just, I need to get the other shelf, and then I need to like move things and try to like figure it out, and then I need to buy the cabinet, and then build the cabinet, and then do all that stuff, and then move that stuff, and then I'd have to buy like another bookshelf, and then I'd have to like take that shelf out of the wall, and we all know how much I love taking shelves out of walls. Actually, it's easier than putting them in walls. I hate putting shelves in walls. Like my least favorite thing ever. Yeah, I might maybe take pictures. Maybe. I don't know. Usually I take before and afters when I do like drastic things, but I've been maybe a little lazy with stuff now. So, I might be able to do it. Or at least get like a Lego picture if it's in a good state. I mean, the Billy's just like pretty good. There's like a lot of... I think it's really easy to work with, you know? Like for me with the games, I had like just the standard Billy, and like it kind of fit, but there was a lot of wasted space. And I was like, what if I just got like another shelf for the Billy? And then it's like, oh, you can buy extra shelves. Okay. Sweet. So then I did. Now like each one has like 3 shelves in it, but then the bottom. And like that's like pretty good height for games. The only problem right now is like it's too deep. So I want to like get something that I can put along the back of the shelf so that all the games come out more and they're also uniform. Because like sure, I could just move them out, but then they would like, if I push them, they get like out of shape. I want something that goes to the back so they're like nice and lined up. Anyway, I bought 4 here. So let's get this going. So it is 11:27. I think I've bought 26 inventories now, so that's not too bad. But obviously, at this stage, it is all very dependent on how Joan chooses to act the next few times. You put your DS games in double rows, one above the other one, with Game Boy cardboard cases. But with Game Boy cardboard cases, it's not a good idea. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think with cardboard, like, it gets crushed, maybe? No. I think, like, that's maybe more prone to getting crushed, but the DS cases are fine. Yeah, I could do that, potentially. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I want to display, like, the handheld games still. Because right now, like, most of them, it's like, yeah, just put the cases there. It's good. But with, like, the DS stuff, it's like, I can stack them just vertically, or I could do something like that, but I don't know what makes more sense yet. Right now, like, half the DS games aren't even on the shelf, because I took them off the shelf, because they're easier to just stack elsewhere to make room for the other things that I want to have organized on the shelf, so... Yeah, it's a work in progress, but I do have, like, you know, a plan to get it better. Although said plan might take a little bit of time to execute. I don't know, I could go buy some of the stuff in the next week or so, and then maybe build it, maybe not. But, like, it'll take a lot of effort to, like, move things around, too, and try to get things organized. Like, with this whole, like, Calyx shelf and, like, the game consoles, I'm trying to think, like, okay, if I can, like, cable manage this, I could, like, keep the active consoles on the Calyx shelf, and then when I need them or want to use them, I could, like, just pull them out and have the cables magically come out with them onto, like, the table in front of it. Like, and I was like, that would be pretty sweet. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like that. So, lots to think about. I'm trying to, like... Okay, alright. Well, I guess we're done then. So it is like 11:30, but Joan is now here in a good acre, so there's no point in risking it. I should hopefully be able to buy 14 here, and that would put us at 40. Alright, because that's like 15, 3, 18, 20... 22, 26. So we'd be at 40. I don't think it's worth, like, moving and going to a different acre at this point, you know? That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just doing a couple things first real quick. Do not mind me. Does your IKEA have a last chance corner where the last items of a series extra models or damaged pieces are available for a tad cheaper? I don't know. I don't know if I've seen that. You mean you get to pay less for having it pre-assembled? I'm very particular and I don't want my furniture to have any marks on it. It gets a little bit of a problem. But I don't know if I've seen that, to be honest. Or maybe it's like in a specific area and I haven't. I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar. But also, I don't know. I don't usually mind building most of them. I don't know. I guess it depends, you know? I think it is dependent on what you're, like, trying to do. And it might be a Europe thing. I might look into that just to confirm. Because, like, if it was, like, a big deal, I might consider it. Same with, like, these calyxes. But, like, these calyxes aren't, like, in my main space, right? And, like, they are, like, little... There's some scratches on them, but, like, they're in a way that I won't see them, so it should hopefully be fine. I was gonna buy the shirts real quick, just to get that done. And then it's a little break before I buy the last set. But, like, yeah, if you're just assembling, like, a Billy, honestly, that's, like, the easiest thing you could ever build, you know? I don't know, like, the desks are, like, really easy to build. Because it's like, hey, screw in this metal plate 4 times and then just, like, twist the leg on, okay. Building the desk, no problem. The Alex drawers maybe took, like, a little bit more time just because, like, there's a lot of drawers you have to build each one. But for, like, the Billy shelves, it's like, hey, put these things in, like, both sides and then just do the bottom, do the top. Okay, great. There you put the shelves in. Wonderful. So, like, yeah, the Billies are, like, I don't know. I don't mind making those. The crazy thing is I built the 2 Millsboro cabinets in one day. And that took, like, 2 to 3 hours, maybe. Because, like, I hadn't built them before, and there's, like, glass, and I'm trying to be, like, careful. And also, they're, like, tall. and I had to like get up on top of them to like tighten things on top, I think. So I needed like a footstool or a ladder or something. Those ones took more time. Also because they're like heavier and whatever. But also like for me to transport one of those, that would be a pain. So buying one of those pre-assembled, yeah, I don't know if I want to take this home like that. Also, like trying to lift it into the car like that would be a pain. I guess that's like a lot of it. I don't know. When they're like flat packed, it's pretty easy for me to like move in the car. Some of them are heavy, honestly, but anyway, I'm thinking about that. I might make a trip sometime in the next week or two to buy some of that stuff, and then maybe I'll build it at some point soon, and maybe I'll get that other shelf, and then I can maybe do something. You once found the last model with a cute flower lamp in there? A hanging lamp where you pull on the strings to make the piece of the star move and turn into a bulb in the size? And they'd face out the model, they just said 2 left for half price. Okay, so that's... yeah, that's peak. Honestly, I guess it really depends on the condition. Because, yeah, like, hey, here's these ones. It's like, they could be, like, the worst things you've ever seen. Or they could be pretty nice. So I guess it really depends on the condition they're in. Okay, I think this one, like, there's a decent amount of space, but there is the house. So if I just take, like, 450 from here, and I have my full letters, hopefully I'm fine. I don't know, I hope this isn't too much money. But again, we don't have any turnips dropped, like, down here. And there's none dropped. Okay, those are dropped there. That's actually a problem. We don't want that. Yeah, I guess it really depends. I guess it's a bit of a gamble. If they have a TV couch table with a giant screw hole in it because... yeah, that's... yeah, I think it really depends. And sometimes, I think it's one of those, like, things you just gamble on. If you see something that, like, looks like it's in good shape, congrats, you won the gamble, you know? But they can't all be winners. Okay, it is 11:35. It's been almost 2 hours. Now we're gonna buy as many as we can here. I dropped 450. Actually, maybe that's fine that I only did that. Actually, maybe I should have grabbed more, but it's a little late for that. I think this is like... so yeah, I can buy 12.9 with all the money on the ground here, but I do have money in my letters. So maybe I can buy 13. Maybe I can buy 14. But more importantly, what does that actually mean? 183k times 40 is 7.3 mil. And if I don't buy that, and I only buy 39 inventories, we are still clearing 7 mil this week. Which is pretty good. It's pretty darn good. If you look at our turnip numbers, it says that I need 4 if I buy 7, or 3 if I need 7.5. And, like, yes, I still need 173 mil. Which doesn't sound... it sounds like a lot, but, I mean, we're pretty close. But yeah, obviously if I made money off of this, and I bought, like, 7.3 or 7.1, then we'd be looking at 50 mil profit. Which would take that down to, like, 123 mil, right? And then it's like, ooh, wow, that's pretty crazy. I don't know, I feel like this is, like, 4 spikes. I think 4 spikes is what we need. But it's also very dependent on what we get. Well, actually, I don't know. Should I say that? Or no? I mean, if I get one more spike, then I think I can say things with more certainty. But if we need 173 mil, and I'm spending, like, you know, 7 mil here, and we're looking at, like, 50 mil potential profit, if I was to get this, that would take us down to 123. If I did this again, that would take us down to 73. And then if I did it a third time, it would take us down to 23. So if I bought 7 mil multiple times, then yeah, it would still like be 4 essentially. But if I bought 5 mil, 5 mil's 35 instead of 50. But I only bought 5 mil when the prices were terrible. I've been buying 6 or 7 or 8. You're always amazed by the differences in IKEA menu items? I don't know. I haven't been to the restaurant there in a very long time. I don't usually eat at IKEA. I sometimes buy like the little cinnamon bun things. Sometimes I get those on the way out. I'm like, yeah, sure. Swedish poutine. Yeah, I'm not even like a normal poutine kind of guy. I don't know how to feel about that one. It's a little funny. Okay, so we'll see how many inventories I can buy here. I think 13 is guaranteed, and it's also somewhat space dependent, but depending on how the money works out, I might be able to get a 14. Either way, we're still getting 7 mil this week, which is really nice, and it's probably going to be in about like 2 hours and 40 minutes, so not quite 3 hours, and then I can have the rest of the day to relax, maybe play more Kirby. Should I look at the IKEA menu? Can I look at the menu on the site, or do they just have, like, furniture? They have food and beverages. You get frozen chicken meatballs. I'm looking at Easter meals. Yeah, I don't know if I can find it easily here. I have a different site. Also, I don't want to look at it that badly. Usually the biggest difference is found in the bistro at the exit. Rents used to have macarons. Germany had pizza pockets. Okay. I mean, that's no. That's fun. Like, menu differences between countries is like kind of crazy. It's one of those interesting things. Like, I don't know, McDonald's, for example. Like, McDonald's across like different countries. It's such a difference. Such a difference. Fanta flavors from different countries. I don't know, is that a good thing to do? Because, like, Europe has the good stuff, right? I think the stuff here is garbage. I don't know, I used to drink some Fanta as a kid, but, like, I think I had, like, the good stuff in Europe, and I was like, ooh, this is pretty good. And then you get stuff here, and you're like, this ain't it. But maybe across Europe, there's more of a difference. But, like, on that note, like... Yeah, Belgian and Danish Fanta is peak. Okay. I had stuff in Italy. Maybe, yeah, for sure, I think. On that note, like, McDonald's in Australia, they have frozen Coke. You can just get like a frozen Coke float at McDonald's. Like we don't offer that here. Hello? Like yeah, like you don't have frozen Coke and like no floats. None of that's here at McDonald's. And you're like, hello? Why are we not doing this? It's such a missed opportunity. But like that was pretty cool. But yeah, there's a lot of differences. And like now, actually another McDonald's one that's funny is like years ago when I was in Australia. You connect floats with Japan? Interesting. I don't connect them with anything, I guess. Because like I would have floats here as a kid. Just make it yourself though. But when I was in Australia, like I got a McFlurry at some point. Or someone did and I saw it. I think I had one. Either way, in Australia, they don't mix it for you. They just like give you a cup with the ice cream and like the stuff in it and a spoon. And like it has these lids that you like fold down. It doesn't like fully close it, but like the idea is that like it's there, like they kind of like half fold down these like 4 little quarter things. Anyway, that's how it worked. And then here in Canada, we had McFlurry cups, and you would like put the ice cream in the cup, and then you'd like put the toppings in the cup, and then you would have the plastic spoon. Okay, the spoon is key. Now the plastic part is also key. Anyway, you'd have a plastic spoon that would have like a rectangular handle. Okay, I wouldn't say square because it's long. It's a long handle. Anyway, it's a boxed handle. Okay, yeah, the spoon. And then the spoon would go on the mixing machine, and it had a little clip, and that would clip on. And then you turn the machine on, and then each spoon would mix each McFlurry, and therefore you're not mixing things. You don't have to worry about allergies, blah, 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 blah. However, it's plastic, and people don't like single-use plastic. Understandably so, but at what cost? Okay, at what cost? I recycle, and I should not have. No, I'm not. This is a deranged take. I'm not dying on that hill. It's a joke. I do my absolute best to recycle everything that I possibly can. Okay, so I'm not part of the problem in that sense. Is what I'm trying to say. But yes, in an effort to remove single-use plastic, that McFlurry spoon is no longer the thing. They give you these wooden spoons that suck. I hate them. I'd rather come home and eat it with my own spoon. Thank you very much. But also, they don't mix them the same way. And now they have the cups. And I'm like, wait, these are the cups that they had in Australia like over a decade ago. Yeah, you're bothered by how they take straws in particular, but every product you buy in the store is still in plastic. And Japan's still like single wrapping everything. Everything within a box is just wrapped in plastic. Wooden spoons are a sensible nightmare. Yeah, honestly. To eat with is not it. Like legit, I'm just like, nah, I'll go home. I'll go home. Even Dairy Queen does it. And I'm like, man, how could you do this to me, Dairy Queen? Your red plastic spoons were iconic. Don't give me this wooden spoon. Legit though, I will like just come home and eat it with a different spoon. I'm like, I'm not doing this. We ain't doing this. I think the best straw placement is a straw made of pasta. Paper straws, no thanks. Honestly, the paper straws are such a problem. It's like, hey, I drink things like relatively fast, okay? So it's not like my straw is just like chilling there. Like I'm sipping. I'm a sipper. Like I'm drinking quickly, and even drinking quickly, the straw is like disintegrating on me. And it's like, dog, this ain't it. I can't. Like, hey, guys, we're not using plastic anymore, but also you're gonna need multiple straws if you want to get through this drink efficiently and, like, without being bothered. And it's like, oh, well, carry your own metal straw that you can just reuse. It's like, yeah, Metal straws. That's a great idea. Because I'm not prone to, like, poke my teeth with it or something. I know, it's annoying. Not a fan. As for cups, it's like... Apparently bamboo filament straws are great, but they're more expensive. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I have had a bamboo straw. Maybe. I don't remember. But that makes sense. Bamboo's kind of goated. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. There's other things they can do, like... I don't know. I don't know if it's much better, but, like, you know, some places, like, they still have the plastic lid. That's, like, not changed. But then they're like, okay, instead of having a flat lid, what if we have one of those lids that has, like, the little flap that you can drink out of? So instead of, and then you can kind of close it. So instead of having the straw, you do that. So it's like, maybe that's better if you're already putting, like, plastic on the top anyway, and you're not going to change that, but... I don't know. What are you going to do? It's just like, it's too much of a pain to bring your own stuff. That's the problem. Like, it's just too much, like, I don't know. So there's so many lineups when you go to these places. So you're like, oh, mobile order, I'll do it ahead of time. And then what, you're at a mobile order and show up and be like, here's my own cup. Please, use it. No, nobody's gonna do that. Okay, actually some people would do that, but those people are crazy. Like, it's one thing to show up and be like, hey, can I get this? Also, here's my cup. But, like, the mobile order and be like, yeah, put this in a cup. And they're like, well, we already made it. Like, okay. Pour it in and then reuse the cup. They're not going to reuse the cup. I don't know. It's too much. Yep, it's 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. First one there's reduce, and we struggle with it. Yep, okay, what about reuse? Nope, stores can't do it. Recycle, too expensive. Replace. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the recycling thing's very strange. Because I think I live in a province. Ooh, a province where recycling's fairly good. I know, like, across Canada, there's, like, some disparity across, like, which ones have good recycling procedures or not. And I think I'm in one of the better provinces. But then I read about it. And, like, yeah, some of them don't do well. There's, like, this infamous thing with, like, the K-Cups. Is it K-Cups? For Keurigs, maybe? And, like, yeah, they're like, yeah, we can replace these, blah, 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 blah. Also, like, most of the places, you can't even actually do that. I think there was, like, some sort of controversy over K-Cups and, like, the recycling procedures, because, like, they were supposed to be, like, recyclable, but then they weren't or something. But yeah, I know. Like, some places, they don't recycle well, and it's a problem. And it's like, well, if we just recycle better, but I guess it's a lot of money to get the infrastructure to do that. Like, some places have it, some don't. And if we all had it, we'd all be in a better spot, but... I don't know. Some countries do more, some do less. Does it balance out at the end of the day? Not really. But again, what are you gonna do? There's so much you can do. No, like I get it, but I also don't get it. You know, I don't know. I do my part. That's I guess where I stand on it. You know, I do my best to recycle everything and try to be as mindful and conscientious as you can be. So I think at that point, like, yeah, I do what I can, and that's enough for me to not feel too bad about things. But you've been to some no packaging places where you bring your own glass jar or whatever. It gets away, you get the barcode, and you fill it. Okay, but like going to a candy store, that's fun. Yeah, that makes sense. Cause like, how do you store stuff like that in a way that like it stays like stable? It needs to be shelf stable stuff. And then obviously, if it's not, then yeah, it's gonna just be expensive. That's the problem. The problem is money. All the solutions just require too much money. So people are like, huh, let's just do the bare minimum and call it better, but also do it in the cheapest way possible. People be like, oh man, we can't use these plastic straws anymore. This is such a shame. I know, let's switch to paper. Wait a second, paper's even cheaper. This is wonderful. I have no idea if paper is cheaper than plastic. Just going off of an assumption, I feel like the paper straws might be cheaper than plastic. But I could be wrong. I don't know how much straws cost. I can tell you how much McDonald's stuff cost at McDonald's years ago. But then I might get shut down. I'll tell you, it's not a lot of money. Things are very cheap. Alright, let's keep going. It is 11:55. Still have all that money. I guess we're like halfway through this acre. Maybe, big maybe. I'm kind of like, I am like running out of steam here, which makes sense, right? I mean, it's like noon. This is around the time that I should run out of steam. It's been 2 hours. Anyway, I was rambling a lot about Kirby Air Ride, and I talked a lot about random GameCube games. So yeah, I mean, I'm doing well in Air Riders. I think like I'm done Road Trip. I have all the checklist items there. I have like 87 in City Trial, so that's more than half. The online, I'm at like 57 maybe, or it's something. It was a good little ramble. I think I did. I think it was good. I said a lot. Like lately, I haven't had good stuff to ramble about, or I haven't like come to mind. But today, I was like, oh, we got some good stuff here. This is good. But yeah, like it's weird though, because like obviously I'm still trying to figure things out and what I need to do. But like for the online mode, it like has all these ones that are specific to the different 3 modes, and it's like you have to play those online. But also you could like make your own online lobby and then just play it with like CPUs, and that works too. So I guess if the game like died and people weren't playing, you could still get this stuff. Some of it at least, some does require like actually getting like their licenses. It essentially has a street pass function. You can like hold a set number of licenses from like all the people that you've played with over time. You need to like get 100 of them for one of the challenges. So like you do need to play, and I am playing, but I just like was testing it out, and I was like, oh, this works. Okay, that's cool. Good to know. It's giving Street Pass vibes, kinda. I don't know. I honestly didn't do much Street Pass, but it's the same kind of idea. It's like, oh, you play with these people, and then like you make your own like little license card, and like as you do these challenges, or like you can buy different like things like decals to decorate your cards, or you like doing certain challenges unlocks them. So then yeah, you can like make your own little custom card. You can have like a custom background, a custom picture. You can put decals all over it to do a funny little thing. And then yeah, whenever you play with people online, you then keep their cards. So I guess it kind of gives Street Pass vibes. I don't know. For 2026, that's like as close as we get to Street Pass. I don't know. I mean, like, it's... I don't know. It's like it's very similar to, like, you know, on Xbox. Like, when you're playing on Xbox, there'd be a recent players list. And anyone you played with recently would just be there. But, like, this... And, like, obviously you could customize your profile a little bit on Xbox, but I feel like there's a lot more personality here on display, and you can get way more creative. I think maybe you can collect more. Nintendo remembering the DS having Street Pass, but then advertising wireless local download play like it's new. Yeah, they do that. How many more do I have? I'm burning out here. That's one, that's two, that's three, that's four. That looks like 3 or 4. Maybe 3, and I have to like give money for the 4th. Anyway, you have anything exciting happening soon? He says, no, and there's nothing exciting happening soon. No, we don't really have anything crazy happening, to be real. So we got a couple more to buy. I don't know, we probably have 20 minutes left. Maybe less. I'd love it to be less. I'd love it to be less. I'm approaching my limit. But yeah, so like Katrina's here. She's gonna leave tonight, so I'll play tomorrow. I'll figure out who's gonna be here next. Next person will be here on Wednesday. It's not gonna be Katrina, so it could be somebody quick. It could be Gracie, which is what we want. It could be a sale, which is what we don't want. It could be annoying. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's that. Maybe I should look. Can I pull up this page real quick? Okay, this is getting like kind of. The space here's getting a little like sketch. Not gonna lie, you know. It is not looking good. It is like getting too full, and we still have more to do, which is not ideal. But yeah, I think it's like 3 or 4, and then I need to pull out my stuff, and then we'll see where we can go. So that's good enough. Okay. I've not seen a lot of snow lately. I have a feeling that there's something about that. So how about I look at the weather? How about we look at that real quick? Okay, I think we've just had bad luck. It says from January 8th to February 24th, it's a 20% chance of snow and a 10% chance of heavy snow. And from the 25th to March 31st, we have a 20% chance of rain. The beginning of April, there's a 0% chance for a week. April 9th to 19th is a 20% chance. April 20th is a 0% chance. And then from the 21st of April to June 25th, we have 10% chance of rain. Sorry, 20% chance of rain, 10% chance of thunderstorms. Then there's a week after that or so, that's 30% rain, 20% thunder. July 4th is nothing. Then the 4th to 15th, or the 5th to 15th is 30% and 20 again. Then July 16th to August 11th is a 10%. And then the 12th is blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then September is 40% thunderstorm all month. October is 20% all month, with Halloween being an exception. So, yeah, I think we're like in pretty good gyrate territory around now. Like at the beginning of the year, it's like, hey, there's a 0% chance week, and then we had like 30. We've had 30% chance basically. So, had a couple days without anything, but we got lots of gyrates, new gyrates lately, which is good. Like that's the important thing right now, obviously, right? We're talking about like exciting things, and it's like getting new things. Right now, there's 6 shirts, and 3 are summer, 1's fall. Summer in season, like seasonally, doesn't start until like end of May, so we're a ways off of that. The tools are all pinwheels, which are either going to be in the raffle or sale day. Then there's 10 gyrates left at this point. And then furniture-wise, we have like 22 things of furniture, I think. And yeah, we really can't get any of them. We're literally just waiting for all of them. When I say all of them, I mean like most. Like the flower models. You only get one. I talked to Tortimer on Groundhog Day, which was like, I don't know, ages ago at this point. 20 days ago, like 3 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks. Yeah, I know. I haven't done any testing, like specifically after that, because I've just been busy. But from what I got that day, like you only get one per character, and I have them on the other characters, so I just need to like move them over at some point. But I'll do that all at the end. And then I need one more thing from Gulliver, and then there's the one raffle item that I still need, which is why I'm buying shirts so I can get raffle tickets. And we have like, I think I need to buy like one more shirt at this point. And then we're done. Because I think I have... No, actually, no, sorry, I'm done. I'm done with that now. I have 21 tickets down by the dock, and have 9 tickets up by the store, so that's 30. That's more than enough. You apply for monetary support. It doesn't seem like you'll be getting better in your suit, and you want to not depend on the goodwill of your friend. That makes sense. Yeah, anytime money, you can help your friend out and move somewhere better. Maybe buy 3 or 4 Animal Crossing things. See, that would be nice. Those are little treats on top that keep you going. I mean, I'd say keep dreaming. Don't let that dream go, because that's a good dream. That's good stuff. Painting your own Animal Crossing wall art would be pretty nice. That'd be pretty cool. I have like a couple paintings I've done myself over like Hollow Knight, and I'm not great at painting, but I think they look pretty good for what I can do. I mean, obviously I could do better if I kept trying, but I think they look pretty nice. They're kind of cool. So, if you're more creative than I am, which I feel like you might be, then I'm sure they would look very good. But yeah, on the Animal Crossing front, the vast majority of the items I need, I said there's 22. There's 12 station models and 5 flower models. 17 of those items are just specific to a single day each, and I can't get more of those. Like, I was planning to get more of them this year, but it didn't give them, so I'm assuming that the station model is the same thing, and Tortimer won't give me a new one this year. So, good thing I already got them all with all my other characters and all my other towns, but that's stupid, because, like, how do they expect you to get all those? It's ridiculous. I guess if I wanted to be funny, I could create codes for myself on my other town. And then... like, could receive the item in this town without having to, like, do the transfer. But that would probably be more work, and it's probably not worth it, but it would be funny just to try that out. Because I feel like that's how you're supposed to get them all, considering... They don't, like, they literally cannot expect you to delete characters and remake characters to get all these items. That is not the intended way. It must be through, like, trading with people. So again, I would assume it's actually through the code system. Anyway, so all those items can't get. There's the one raffle item, which maybe we could get next weekend. Maybe we get it in June. We basically guarantee get it in June, but if we can get it in the raffle before then, great. Then there's a market model that I have to wait for sale day for. The post office model, which we're working on. One Gulliver item, and then the one Jingle Clock, which again is at the end of the year. So we're kind of just like chilling. If we get gyroids, that's like the most exciting thing. Or if Gulliver gave us something, that'd be cool. Or if Gracie gave us something new, because we still need 2 things from Gracie. I don't think they expected you to want to have everything. Then why would they give you a purple star when you have everything in your catalog? And why do they not do that in the new games? I don't know. Obviously, like, there's a way to complete the game. I feel like they had to be thinking about that in some capacity. But, yeah, at the same time, like, they kind of don't expect you to. But then they do in, like, the newer ones. Kind of, but not, like, fully. It's really strange, you know? Because in New Horizons, they don't give you the purple star. They don't give you any way to acknowledge that you have everything. But they also make it easier with Cyrus. Because, like, you couldn't get everything before easily. Because it was ridiculous. But then with this, it's like, hey. But I don't know. It's just one of those strange things. Anyway, what kind of paintings did I make? They're just like small canvas paintings. Basically, they're just like a black base. And then I did one of like the Knight from Hollow Knight and one from Hornet. So basically, it's like they're in the middle. And it was just like this basic tutorial online. I can't remember what it was, but it was like you make this like kind of like vortex swirly thing with color. Maybe it would be a thing to get a picture of at some point. But like it's just like a black canvas as a base, and then like a color swirl, and then I paint the character over that swirl. The first one, it was the night, and it's like I did purple as a background to kind of like match his cloak, and it's fine. It's just not blended as nicely, you know? Like, but the second one, like the colors are like way better blended. Like it kind of has more of a swirl in it, and like you can see more like the color progression as it goes out. So it's like the difference between the two. You're like, wow, this one's way better. Go me. Games that want you to have everything usually mark those as like question mark entries. Yeah, the catalog is just like, you know what is out there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like we went from having like X amount of, like here's how many items you have out of this many to there's no longer a counter. Have fun. Like they clearly don't want you to complete New Horizons. And then I'm a fool who decided to try to do it. Technically, I've done it twice now. I had to recomplete it. Not twice all over again, because that would be ridiculous. I'm never doing that. No siree. It'll be exciting to get this one done. Mostly exciting to get the turnips done. I mean, like, obviously, yeah, like, the next big milestone that I actually have, like, some influence over would be turnips. Having everything from Gracie would basically mean having everything from the regular visitors, although Gulliver kind of is, but kind of isn't. He's, like, a special case. He's not quite the same, you know? So, and then having all the gyroids. But, I mean, like, I don't think we're getting all the gyroids anytime soon, you know? I feel like you got a ways away before that happens. Oh, did I miscount some stuff here? Okay, so that is all the money that's here. And again, my math said 12.9 something. So I picked up 6, and I still have 5k left over. So this is like, the money that I had left over in my wallet is just enough that I'm able to buy a 13th inventory here. However, dropping this might... I don't know if I can drop this inventory. Because, like, actually, I don't even know if that matters. I have 6 bags in my letters, right? Which is 180k. I have 5k in my wallet right now and 6 bags. So, finishing this inventory, I will not have enough money to actually buy a full inventory afterwards. Even if, like, I don't know, it's like 2 problems. I don't know if there's enough space to drop this full inventory anyway. But even if there was, I don't have enough money to buy another full one. So I think I just call it at 13. Oops, I wrote that in the wrong anchor. Okay, so I have 13 inventories right here, which is next to the store. Convenient. I like that. And then I bought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other acres, which means I have 5 inventories at the store right now. And that means 18 inventories are at the store. Leaving like 21 inventories everywhere else. So, I mean, half of them are basically right here at the store, which is nice. Okay, and it is 2:40, like 2 hours and 40 minutes into the stream, which is kind of what I said that the stream would probably end up being around. So we'll get this inventory done, and then maybe I'll move 2 inventories today. Maybe, I don't know. There's not a lot of space. That's the only problem. I could just do it tomorrow instead, but I don't know. It might be worth doing. Like, there's 2 that are at the beach acres, right? Those 2 acres that I bought in, there's only 1 in each of those, and if I just move that 1 inventory, then it's like, hey, there's the stuff by the houses, the police station, D5, and then everything else is at the store. And that's super simple. Very nice. Okay, but this is 39 inventories. I don't think there's a shot of doing this with more anyway. So 183k times 39. 7.1. And I'm getting hungry. Usually I have like a bagel for breakfast, but today I have muffin. And the bagel is obviously, it takes longer because it's like I'm toasting that thing and then buttering it and then eating it. And I think it is more filling. But the muffin's faster to eat, which is more convenient for getting started sooner. But yeah, I don't have enough money, so I'm gonna just leave it. You know, it's what's funny is that if I didn't buy those shirts, I might have had enough money. So taking that little break to get that done might have done me in, but also I don't even know if I could have dropped everything there, so it doesn't matter, honestly. Also, there's like no room here. Okay, so yeah, it's like 242. I'm gonna maybe move the 2 beach acre inventories and then call it a day. There you go. Nearly 3 hours of fun, one might say. If one said that, they might be a little crazy, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, I didn't buy last week, so it's been 2 weeks since I bought. Like 2 weeks have passed since I last did this, but I've skipped 1 week. So it was a little bit of a break. Just didn't have time last week, as I've said a bunch. But we're back at it, and we can continue to be back at it. So again, this is actually the raffle week. However, it's February, so the 28th is the last day, and that is the Saturday. So we're able to buy this week without any fear of the raffle interfering. I guess I could drop this here. That's fine. That's close enough. But yes, I know I could just drop the train station acre, but whatever. I mean, weird. Yeah, anyway, so the raffle week is this week, which means we can buy, and the raffle falls on a Saturday, so there's no worry about it taking the spike day, potentially. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more weeks in March where we can continue to buy regularly without any fear of the raffle. And then the 29th, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks away from today is the 29th, and the raffle will then be on the 31st, which is a Tuesday. So yeah, I might buy that day, I might not. I don't know. Raffle weeks are like stressful because you can't always tell what's going on. If you get a decrease in a raffle week, you know immediately what's happening. Otherwise, if you don't see the spike, you don't know. And I don't like that. So there's no way to know unless it like decreases or you see the spike. Otherwise, you're like, well, it might have been the spike that day, but you can't tell based off the price of the next day because it's like a weird price that just overwrites the price that it would have been normally, I think, based on the way that I've looked at the numbers. So yeah, anyway. What did we have this week? It was no spike this week. It was like basically the best week for me not to buy. You know, it was a terrible price. It was 76 bells, and then it just no spike. So perfect week to not buy, but who knows? Like maybe we'll have another bad week, or maybe we'll have a good week now, right? Can't really say. All we can do is wait and see what happens. Is there anything here today? No. Right, good thing, but I didn't find that yesterday, so whatever. Anyway, 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's basically it. I think I need a break. I'm at my limit, as I've said. So Yeah, I mean, we bought like 7.1 mil, which is really good. Pretty happy with that. And again, we have this week, and the raffle's on a Saturday, so that's fine. Then we have 4 weeks in March, and then the 5th week is going to be when there's another raffle. So we'll see how that week goes and whether I buy it or what. But yeah. Anyway, can keep my fingers crossed for this week. Hopefully it goes well. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. It's good to have someone to listen to me ramble for hours. And yes, hopefully the tangy emote will give us the luck that we need. But yeah, so for this week, I'll be on tomorrow afternoon. We'll see what the turnips are up to. We will see who the next visitor will be. They should be here on Wednesday. If we don't see anything from Copper, we can expect to see a letter in the mail on Tuesday about a sale, which I don't want to see, but a sale happening on Wednesday is better than it being on another day. But also the sales could just not affect me. Like, that hasn't been the case lately, but that could be the case, you know? It could just be like, hey, the sale's at 2 p.m. You're not going to be on that time, so you're good. But they keep happening late, which is annoying. Anyway, so we'll see what is going to happen visitor-wise based on that. If we get Sahara, it would be really lame, and then our next visitor won't be until Saturday, and that'll just be like a week or two of just like nothing happening, which is weeks is what I'm saying. But yeah, so we'll see how turnips go. We'll track that throughout the week, see how the visitors go, and then if we get snow, we can look for gyroids. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been talking too much. I can feel it in my throat. Anyway, let's save up. Again, thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here now and probably play more Kirby in a bit. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. I'll see you around. Bye.